Okay.
Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background, and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at this meeting is voluntary. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Discussions here are confidential and not, oh, I have the wrong one pulled up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. That's fine.
Discussions here are confidential and not designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. The Leadership Helping Parents Heal meetings are recorded and put on YouTube so that our members worldwide can watch and benefit. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about the many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members, so we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally.
Thanks, Kathy. And I'm not going to read Pauline's bio. Most of you know Pauline. She's been Helping Parents Heal provider for many years now. I was fortunate to have a reading with her during her certification, and it was just absolutely fantastic. I'm going to turn it over to Pauline now. She can tell you a little bit about herself and how she works, and then we'll get into the gallery readings. Hey, Pauline.
Hi, everybody. So lovely to be back here with you. Thank you, Irene. A little bit about me. Well, I run my own centre over here in the UK. So therefore, if anybody should want a reading, I am available. There's not months and months wait. You can get a reading. I also teach online. So if anybody's interested in developing their mediumship or just understanding it a little more, that's on a Monday night. That is on my website. And I'm always there to help and guide and try and get people to where they need to be. And it's times like this when I see all these people on here that you realise this gift that they've given me is just spectacular, that I can then give it back to you and help you through times of really difficult heartache. Last time I was on, I think we had three kids that came through nobody could take, and then I was bombarded with messages after they'd seen it up on YouTube that they understood it fully, which made me really happy, because when you get nothing you think, well, what's going on here? So I write, normally if I was demonstrating, if you saw me in a demonstration, I'd just be standing up there demonstrating, but for when I'm working for Helping Parents Heal, I like to sort of just sit down and gather my thoughts and just see what I get. So I'm gonna read these out, and hopefully that you can come forward and take these fabulous youngsters that have come forward to be reunited. So the first one I got was a female, and she showed me herself as a girl when she was at school. She would have loved, we call it gym, aerobics, that type of thing. She was very energetic. And gymnast, that's what she calls herself, a gymnast. She showed me her doing all sorts of aerobic exercises. I also could see a car accident, but I felt she was older then. She shows me a boy with her, but excited to see her family. That's all I had on her. So does anybody understand that? So at school, I want her as a really energetic young girl, but there was something to do with a car accident or whether she was hit by a car. But she has a boy with her as well.
Okay, if anybody can take that, please type it in the chat, and then we will call on you. And Kathy's going to write the evaluations.
And then something near that, but it's got to be as near as I can get it. But I need her to be very energetic and into dancing and jumping about when she was a younger girl.
Okay, nobody's taking anything yet. We'll just give it another minute as people get on.
But she was either hit by a car or in a car. And the boy, but I feel the boy's a spirit boy as well. So whether there was somebody else involved in this accident.
Okay, Kathy, is anybody taking anything you see? And you're muted, Kath.
I gotcha. No, I don't see it. Nobody has messaged me.
Somebody's got something here now. Liz.
So she was energetic dancer and in a car accident, but she didn't pass that way.
Right, okay.
Do you want to speak to her, or you feel that this is someone that passed in a car accident, Pauline?
I do feel the car accident is really relevant, but she also shows me the boy. Does she understand a boy at all?
There's also Jen is saying it sounds like her, but she relates with the boy, not the girl.
Yeah.
Right.
So Jen, is this a car accident that your child was involved in? If you could type that in and then let Pauline decide if we should call on you or not. Thanks. Yes. So do you want to speak to Jen? It was a car accident. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Jen. We've asked you to unmute, please. If you could speak, and then Kathy will spotlight you.
Hi.
There she is.
Hi. So you would understand that he passed in a car accident.
Yeah, both my son and the female.
There was a female there as well.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That'll do me fine. Did you know the female?
I did. Yes.
And does what I say about her resonate with you?
I don't know too much about her childhood, but it does sound like it could be.
Right. Okay. And as I link in with him, he feels quite a gentle person. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Very, very gentle, very quiet actually. Very quiet. As he comes forwards here, and he has his head down, and then he looks up at me. So, would you understand he could be shy?
He wasn't shy in the physical world, but he was an observer.
A watcher. Okay, all right. And I'm trying to pull him forward, but she's right there with him. But were they friends or going out, or was there a connection there?
Yeah, boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right, that would make a lot more sense. And as he drops his head and looks up, he's got the most fabulous eyes as he's looking at me. And there must be a time in his hair would have been across his face because he just flicks it back.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
His hair. Yes.
And I want to say in his younger day, he looks quite thin, but then he started to bulk up a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, you understand that? Okay. Now, did he ever go shooting?
He took shooting as a extracurricular activity.
Okay, that's fine, because he talks about shooting. And then he says music. So I know this lad would have loved to listen to music.
Yes, he was
I feel he had I feel he had quite a wide circle of friends, but there were only a few he drew really close to him.
Yes.
And he talks about some special shoes he wore, but I don't feel they were new sparkly shoes. I feel these were, I don't know what you would call them. We would call them trainers or stuff like that. And he said he would like to wear casual stuff. He didn't like to get all dressed up.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right, okay. Now, did you have animals when he was younger? Any rabbits or anything like that?
Just a dog.
Just a dog. He shows me rabbits, so I don't know where the rabbit's coming from. But he comes in and waves, and he shows me the ocean as well. So I don't know if you took him to the ocean or you live near the ocean.
Yeah, we've gone on some family vacations to the ocean.
Okay, all right. And would there have been some camping out as well? Because I'm now under the stars.
Yeah, we did a lot of camping with the kids.
Thank you. But he says he was clever. He was clever. But I feel he was still doing some study.
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
just
you understand that?
graduated.
Fabulous. And he holds in his hand a birthday cake. So I do feel around your family at this time there is a celebration.
It's actually his girlfriend's birthday next week.
Okay, fine. All right. He said, remember him and smile, dry those tears. And I know those tears come often. But I do feel that he's here today because whether you're pivoting and whether you're not actually able to just move on, which I don't know how you possibly could, he's here to just give you that gentle push into that direction. And he said, you can do this, you can do this. I feel you had a really close relationship with him.
We did, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for working with me.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Beautiful. So nice, Jen. So happy for you that you got the reading.
Okay, so this next one here, this is male. Somebody some sort of trauma in his head I kept getting. I didn't feel he was very old. A very happy child, talked of his grandmother and a favourite toy. Would have had to undergo many bloods and various tests. I do feel it affected his vision, but tried to remain positive. He was a happy child, and he would have just gently slipped away. And he shows me football. There was something big about football. So I do feel this was some sort of a terminal condition with him, but the trauma was mainly in his head. So whether this was some sort of a tumour there, but he shows me himself quite young, undergone many bloods and various tests. Does anybody understand this?
If you can, if you type it in the chat. And I think, Pauline, when you say football, that is soccer to us here in the States, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that might stop someone from answering. Oh, wait a minute. And if you can take any of this, please type it in the chat. And if not, we'll wait for someone to watch it later and reach out.
Okay, I can't see everybody at the moment. All I can see is me. If I press something, if you press something.
So you can go to gallery. If you go to the top right and hit gallery, you'd be able to. Kathy, can you unmute? And
yeah.
Okay, Lisa is saying she thinks it could be her boy. So do you want me to bring Lisa on so you can speak with her?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just asked her to unmute.
Okay, thank you, Kathy.
Lisa, if you could say something or wait.
Hi, can you hear me?
There you are.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi. So some sort of trauma in his head, he's telling me.
There was a brain tumor.
Thank you. I didn't feel he was very old.
Mm-mm.
A very happy child, talks of his grandmother and a favourite toy.
My mother passed a couple years before him. So possibly. And there were a lot of favorite toys, so I'm not sure.
Okay. He's actually holding this lady's hand. So they came in together. Favorite toys. Did he like soft toys?
Yes. Yes.
Because it's the soft toys that I'm feeling. And many blood tests and various tests for him.
Yes.
But I do think it also affected his vision. Do you understand that?
Yes.
But he did remain positive because he was such a happy kid. But as he's slipping away, he showed me football, which is soccer for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he
Do
was playing
you
soccer.
understand all?
Yes.
Okay. Would this have started with him feeling a bit wobbly, a bit unbalanced?
Yes. In soccer.
Because yeah, because that's and he was playing soccer. Because as I get hold of him and hold on to him, I can feel he's wavering. But he didn't want to say much because I don't feel he wanted to let everybody know that he wasn't feeling very well. Because you would have whipped him straight out of there and made him go and see a doctor.
Mm.
Yeah. But it had to happen. But I do feel you packed as much as you possibly could into this little life.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
was there a time he was carried? Did you have to carry him?
Mm-hmm.
And all the time he looked, his eyes still sparkled and he still smiled. And he wants to remind you of that. And he shows me his teeth. His teeth are lovely. Did he, something to do with his nails? Did he bite his nails? What did he do with his nails?
I don't think so. I don't remember that.
It just takes me to his nails, but he was always on the go. He never stopped, and I feel when he woke up in the morning, he was out of that bed and ready to take on the world, ready to do whatever was needed, but never got time. Always in a rush.
Maybe.
So was he actually picked for a football team, a soccer team?
Mm-mm.
But did he actually play? Because he tells me he played.
It was only some lessons. He was only 5.5.
Right. Okay. Fine. But this feeling of unbalance, and I'm wanting to go to the back of my head with this. So was this something sitting at the back of his head?
His first biopsy was at the back of his head.
Okay. Thank you. And you know, he says to me, "It's unfair. It's unfair. Unfair that he couldn't stay that long, and unfair for the unhappiness it's left you with." But he's smiling as he comes back in again now, and I just do know that at least that he is around you in your home. He is there. He is touching things, doing things, and it's just a case of linking into him and recognizing that energy. But he
Mm-hmm.
said, "Don't cry anymore. Don't cry anymore." And much, much love for you.
Mm. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Does
Thank you.
do you get his name like Charlie? Do you see that?
If I had a name, I would have given it to you. But
Okay.
he just went on about how young he was. Very happy child.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Did he like the colour red? Because he keeps showing me red.
Mm. Yellow was his favorite, I think.
Okay, no, he's just showing me red for some reason. There must be some connection with red to him.
He loved Elmo.
Oh,
Okay,
beautiful.
thank you. Thank you very
Thanks.
much. Thank you. Okay. So the next one I got through, it was an older male, and he was extremely good looking, and he had some kind of a uniform on, or it looked like a uniform. This could be a work uniform, it could be military, but he just said he had a uniform. I see him smoking, but I feel this wasn't just tobacco, and it seems very. He seemed very active and positive thinking, and then his life changed, and it feels like a downhill spiral and out of control, almost like a snow on a toboggan. And I feel that he got involved with taking something to make his life feel happier because he'd got himself into some sort of a rut here. But looking at his face, he's got such a beautiful, beautiful face. and I do see tears in his eyes as well, which makes me think he'd gone through some kind of a heartache, maybe the loss of someone, maybe the breakup of a relationship here. But and that's all he showed me. But he's got plenty to say now. He's coming much, much closer now. And he got involved with the wrong people. He got involved with bad habits. So much so that, as I've said, it was like a toboggan in the snow. He was completely out of control. Does anybody understand this young man?
Robin is saying her son, but then she has a question mark. There's a few people who are taking it. Sherry, Gretchen, Lisa.
Any understand this uniform? What's this uniform?
Can anybody understand the uniform? I think that's important.
Military school.
So for Robin, is that it, Kathy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds right.
Okay. I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Robin.
Hi there. Hello.
Hi, Kathy. Do you
I
see her?
I am looking for her.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Robin. I'm finding you to unmute you. I mean to spotlight you. Okay.
Hey, I see you. That. Okay.
Hi, Robin.
Hi.
So you understand everything I've said here?
Yeah, it sounds like everything you described. He was a beautiful boy. He had a very bright future. He graduated law school, and he took, the time with COVID was very, very hard. He was very isolated. And things went downhill.
Okay. The fact that he said to me he spiraled out of control. But I do also feel this pain in his heart, Robin. Do you understand that?
A pain in his heart.
Emotional.
Yeah, well, there's a pain in my heart. There's a pain, it's, yeah, I mean, he had a breakup with a girl that I don't think he ever really got over. And
that feels more like it.
he had anxiety
And he
that
would
he
have,
tried to deal
during
with.
that period,
I'm sorry?
yeah. That would have caused him massive anxiety, and that breakup would have been almost like a turning point. And when people reach for something else to help them with, it's going to get out of control, which it did. And he's here today to talk to you about how much help you gave him, how much you did for him.
Wow, I wish I understood. I don't feel like at the time I understood as much as I needed to understand. I was more angry, because
I do understand that, but he just wants you to, he just puts his hands on your shoulders and he said, feel my presence. So what I'm trying to say to you, Robin, he's there right with you. And as he comes really, really close to me, he said it wasn't as if he had nothing to live for. He had everything to live for. But every time he put his foot on the step, he slipped off again, and he sank deeper and deeper. And I just do feel that he was never going to get over this girl because he loved her so much. And that's the pain I feel in his heart. But I feel it for you as well, Robin. So as he comes walking forward to me, he shows me himself in a beautiful meadowed field, which tells me he's at perfect peace now and wants to blow you a kiss. And I want you to accept his love and know that he's right there with you. So just talk to him.
Thank you.
God bless, Robin. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you, Pauline.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Robin.
Okay. And this next one, this one came in really, really quickly. She's a female, and she was out with a crowd, whether it was a nightclub, a party, but something happened in this place, and there was a fight broke out, and I felt she got hurt, and then suddenly I heard the word knife. So whether there was a knife involved or whether she just got hurt, but it was a fatality, and she didn't get over it. She said it was this nightclub she was in. It was a place she shouldn't really have been to start with, because it was known for being rowdy. Let's use the word rowdy. But her biggest heartache is she never got to say goodbye to her family. She was outgoing. She was pretty. She liked all sorts of clothes, because I can see her changing her clothes from shorts. I feel she did some roller skating, or tried to do some roller skating. She had the most beautiful eyes I think I've ever seen as she comes closer, and she was warm and generous with many, many people. And this was a case of the wrong place at the wrong time, and she paid for it with her life. But she's desperate to contact her family. So I don't know if anybody understands this girl at all.
So far, I don't have anybody taking it. So if
Okay. Do you want me to leave it?
I think, yeah, I don't have anybody raising a hand or acknowledging this one. This is probably one of those that you will hear back from after it goes on YouTube.
Yeah, I do feel that she lost her life in this nightclub. Might not have been a knife attack, but I feel there was something happened there. But she was hurt, and it was a head injury. It's a head injury she suffered. But if nobody understands it, then I'm sure when it goes up on YouTube, somebody will come forward.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So this next one's really quite unusual. It was a tiny baby came forward, and I felt she was born premature. She survived weeks, and she tells me, I also feel that there was a twin there, and whether the twin was lost earlier. But she only survived, she tells me, for such a short time. And she wants to come forward, I feel, to reassure her mum it wasn't her mother's fault. So whether her mother is blaming her, whether it brought on the baby too early, and she comes to bring peace for her mum. But she was prem, and she did live just a short time. But she says there was another one that was lost before, but there were twins. There were two.
Okay.
Don't see anybody.
Not to worry, not to worry. We'll move on again. We'll move on again. All right. This next one is quite a long one, and I want a young man. He comes in wearing a particular hat. He would have liked hats. He shows me an outdoor life. He enjoyed camping. He enjoyed climbing, but he became unwell while he was out. I almost feel he couldn't breathe. And I see some kind of an asthma pump that he's trying to get hold of. And he has it in his hand, but I feel this attack had gone too far, and it was having an adverse effect on him, and he couldn't breathe. He just couldn't breathe. I do feel his friends stepped in to try and help him, and I feel it was too late, and I feel that there was a brother connecting here as well. And he wishes to draw his family close and share a together time. He was warm, kind, and showed empathy to many of those who knew him. I felt he was from a musical family. He loved family life. He just comes to remind them that he's just a breath away. And he finishes it with moonbeams in the sky.
Hmm.
It's quite moving, that.
Wow. Okay. Gretchen is saying her son passed from an asthma attack in the hospital. Would you
Right,
like to
okay.
speak to her? Do you think?
Yeah, yeah, I can speak
Okay.
to her, yeah.
Okay. Hi, Gretchen. I've asked you to unmute. If you can unmute, please. And say hi so we can find you. There she is.
Hi, Gretchen. Hi.
Hi.
Do you understand everything I've said, or just bits of it?
No, I understand it all, but I will say this as far as the camping and the climbing, that would have been in the younger years. He was 38 when he passed in the
Yeah.
hospital. And initially, an asthma attack is what
Right.
put him into the hospital. So he was there for 12 days.
Right.
He was reaching for his inhaler in his vehicle and couldn't get it in time, and he turned purple, and the EMS was called. So he ended up in the hospital for like 12 days, and then he came out of ICU, but ultimately he was asking for his inhaler in the hospital.
Right.
It was
Okay,
not
so everything.
crossed. Okay.
Would you understand that he liked the outdoor life? Would he have gone camping? Would he have done all that sort of stuff?
He was,
Yeah? Okay.
more into camping, hunting, fishing.
Yeah. So was there any time when he was out doing that he had an attack?
Possibly, and that I was unaware of.
Right. Okay. What about the fact he says he's from a musical family and he loved family life?
Okay, love family life, yes. The musical part would be his two nephews. I played the piano. His stepfather, who was my husband, and he's recorded CDs and stuff. So I don't know if that's what he's referring to.
Yep. Yep. That I can. Yeah, I'll accept that. And does this moonbeams in the sky mean anything to you?
That for me, relative to him, that would be more about him being into science, like being a science
Right. Okay.
fan of science.
Right. Okay. Moonbeams in the sky. I just feel that he didn't have any negativity in him. He was always going forward, no matter what he did.
He was, I've called him a bucket of love. I even wrote that in his obituary because he
Right.
strived for peace and positive energy.
Yeah.
He didn't have confrontations.
Yeah, he like here, as I said, he said he was warm, kind, and showed empathy to many who knew him. Do you understand all of that?
Definitely.
Right. Okay. So let's get him forward here. Did he drive something like a truck? Do you call them trucks?
Like a drawing of a truck.
No, I can just see him sitting in a truck. He's just showed me a truck.
Oh, he was in his, well, we call it an SUV. That's where he was when he had his asthma attack that put him into the hospital. He was turning purple.
Right.
Yeah, because he was
Okay,
trying
so quite a big truck.
Oh yeah, very, very
Okay,
big.
all right. Okay, that I'll accept all of this because that's what he's showing me now. And he said that in his heart of hearts, he knew that it was a matter of time. It was the timing. He had to get there because of this shutdown of his organs.
That makes sense.
So was he actually put on a life support?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so he was on this life support. I can see all of that now because he's completely changed it, and he's in hospital, and he's wired up everywhere here, absolutely everywhere. But I'm watching that heartbeat, and there's 1 minute it's okay, then it's not okay.
Yes, that is what happened.
So
Yes, yes,
the heart was fluctuating.
yes, it was.
But he said what was actually happening as he's talking to me now, he said his body got weaker and weaker, and it was only the machine that was keeping him going.
Well, at one point, yes. And then he was extubated. So the life support was removed. And then 3 days after it was removed, he passed.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, he was.
He doesn't want to take you to that place. He wants to take you to happy times. And you must hear, because he tells me, I feel he liked to listen to the radio, to music. It's music that he keeps on about. And I feel there's certain pieces of music that come that sometimes they make you smile, sometimes they make you cry. But he says that you're having lots of emotional senses from him. It's just accepting that it is him, or did I just feel that on my face, or was that just not somebody touching my hair? Do you understand all of this, Gretchen?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay, all right. And he shows me, have you got like a box of old photographs of him in his growing up time?
Yes, I do.
Okay. He talks about those. And he shows me some kind of medals hanging up. So what did he win? What did he achieve at?
He may be showing you, he was very proud of his diplomas, which I have actually behind me right now. So that might be what he's showing you. So they're not, he did have trophies when he was younger for like academic achievement.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Achievements. That's what I'm looking for. But I do feel he was bright, very bright.
Yes, he was extremely bright.
And it feels it's almost as if he wanted to change the world.
Yes, he did.
He wanted to make it a better place.
Yes.
And I just keep hearing him say peace and love, but he meant it. That's what he meant.
Yeah, yeah. All of his photographs, he's doing this, which was his way of doing peace. And yes, he was full of peace and love. He was all about peace and love.
Peace and love. And he shows me something like a blanket pin. Some people wear them in kilts. A blanket pin, does that mean anything to you?
I'm not sure what a blanket pin is.
It's like a giant safety pin, but it's big.
Okay.
Sometimes
I have to think about that. It's not resonating with me now, but
because to me to get a blanket pin is most unusual, and I only need you to connect to it to find out what it is. You know, sometimes when you knit, you would take the stitches off with a blanket pin, particularly if you're doing cable or stuff like that. But don't worry about it. I don't want you to worry about it. I was just asking for something that's really, really significant to you.
I mean, it's not a blanket pin, but there's a possibility. So one of the signature symbols for Chad is a fleur-de-lis. And I had which I've left at his house on purpose, but it's my fleur-de-lis pin, which is pretty big. Which I used to carry around. Okay. So it's a pin and a pendant, but it's very, very long.
Yeah, it's long. Okay, I'll accept that. But comes in with such a lot of love. But I do feel there was a period of time in his life, in his growing up. I want to call him a rebel, but not a bad rebel. He would not conform if he didn't believe in it.
That kind of makes sense. Like I wouldn't call him a rebel rouser, but I would call him someone who maybe would stand up for, like if someone was being bullied, he might stand up and defend them. He seemed to be for the underdog a lot. He wasn't an underdog, but he's
very, very much. Yeah, but I think he valued who he was and what he'd got in life. And in his mind, he felt we should all have the same. But unfortunately, this world isn't like that. But I'm going to leave his love with you because he does come with so much love. And still going to call it a blanket pin. You'll remember it then. Bless you, Gordon. Thank you very, very much for working with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Pauline. Thank you so much. His birthday's Thursday, so this was a wonderful present. 40 years old Thursday.
That's lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Happy birthday. Bless him. Great. Right, okay. So the next is a female, and she shows me in hospital. And I feel she developed an illness that caused her fatigue so bad she would just want to curl up and sleep. She draws me to her chest, and I do feel there was a breathing difficulty there, which would have caused her heart to become a discomfort and an irregular heartbeat. I feel she had a cancer, but she developed secondaries which spread throughout her body, and it took a while for it to be diagnosed, but then it had spread to so many vital organs. And she's here today to be reunited with her family and to reassure that she passed peacefully. And that's what she kept saying to me. Make sure you tell them I passed peacefully.
Okay. If anyone can take this, please type it in the chat. I think I know someone that's on here. I'm waiting to see if they're going to reach out. Okay, Nancy saying it could be their daughter. I believe Patty and Dave are probably thinking this could be their daughter. Nancy, did your daughter pass of cancer? Do you want to type that in for us? Okay. I see Patty and Dave are here. Patty, do you think this could be for you? I see you aren't typing in the chat. I don't know if you want to. No, but everything else. Okay. Okay, Dave said that Lauren didn't have heart issue, and you had said heart issue, Pauline. Bernadette.
I'm saying that the breathlessness caused her heart to maybe develop an irregular heart, but I feel it was cancer, but it's the secondaries that spread throughout her body.
Bernadette is saying her daughter had metastasized breast cancer, but no breathing difficulties. Christina said that her daughter had breathing difficulties, but the cancer had not spread.
Right, okay. Her main reason for coming is that I do feel the mother, possibly father as well, would be worrying about that she didn't pass peacefully, but she's here to reassure them that she did. Okay. That's the main reason she's here. And I do feel that whoever she connects to as well, it's almost as if you look in the mirror and she looks back at you. So where the mother and daughter are very, very similar to look at.
Now, Bernadette said it's very much a worry of hers. Kathy, do you?
I'm looking.
Okay.
I see that Priscilla said it could be her daughter as well, but I don't know what she's taking, if she can take all of it.
Okay, so it looks like we have about 5 moms on that have had daughters passed by cancer.
I think the main thing here is she said she had a career, but she developed secondaries which spread throughout her body. and it took a while for it to be diagnosed, almost as if they didn't know it was there. But then it had spread, and it was too late. It had attacked most of her vital organs in the end. But I can see her sitting up. She's not laying flat in bed. She's sitting up.
Okay, well, it might be a message for everyone just to let them know, right? If the kids are piggybacking, that they're okay.
There's one there now that says,
Bernadette says that this is what happened to her daughter.
Okay, so should we? Yeah, I had thought that earlier. Do you want me to ask Bernadette to come on? Pauline, would you like to talk to Bernadette?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Hi, Bernadette. Can you please unmute and say something? There she is.
Hi, Bernadette.
Hi, Pauline.
So how much
Hi, Pauline.
do you understand? Hi. Do you understand most of that?
Yes, she had breast cancer, and by the time we found out it was spread, and she had they didn't give her any hope of survival because too far gone.
Yeah. Okay. And can I ask you, when you look in the mirror, Bernadette, can you see her?
Yes, she looked a lot like me.
It's just like mirror image. So I know she's definitely here. She's reaching out to you, but she just needs you to know that she's at peace. I do feel she kept a lot of it to herself. She was on a lot of painkillers here, and I can see it would keep her down, and then she'd come back up. But she didn't like that because she wanted to talk. She wanted to be able to be with her family, because in her heart of hearts, she knew she was very poorly. Such a pretty girl. And she flicks her hair. She keeps flicking her hair back, and she smiles at me. But I feel her little face is just angelic, just beautiful. And she's got a ring on her finger here. So was there a special ring that she wore?
Yes, I have her ring, and it's on her altar that I have for her.
Perfect. Okay.
So
And she shows me little tiny white flowers. So do you put little tiny white flowers on the altar or anything of hers?
The flowers was her thing, and when we think about her, we always think about flowers, and we refer to her as a wildflower. And here's her ring.
Beautiful. That is lovely, absolutely lovely. And I see her almost floating. She's got her hair flying behind her, and she's got a white floaty dress on as she comes in, but she still has a beautiful face. But she said, I never lost the will to fight. She said, I fought, but this tiredness really, she said, no matter what I tried, I got so tired. I feel that she had loads and loads of cards from well-wishers.
Yes, she was very well loved, and yes, people would send her cards, and she was very popular. Yes, and that's the way it was at the end, where she couldn't go any longer, but she fought. She fought again.
She didn't give up.
No, never. She never did.
And she shows me, was it you that was cleaning her mouth? What did you put in her mouth?
Well, we did that at the end, in her last days. We would have to clean because she passed away at home.
Yeah, that's perfect, because that's what she shows me. This. Did you give her something to hold? She's got something in her hand here.
Oh, I was holding her hand, but I don't know if anything.
Okay, no, this is almost like she would have had something soft in her hand, but she tells me that you smell her clothes.
Yes,
Do you do that?
I just did that recently because I found one of her sweaters and I smelled it
Yeah.
because she used to have, she loved to herbs and flowers like you mentioned. And her sweater smells
Yeah,
of
it's a flowery smell. Yeah,
essential oils and flowery smells, yes.
yeah,
And
that's perfect.
I've been smelling that
Yeah.
just lately.
Right, okay. And is there we call them cardigans or something you could put round your shoulders. Do you put something of hers round your shoulders?
Yes, it's right here. It's something that
Perfect.
that she gave me, her and her sister gave me for Christmas.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So happy. She hands me a pair of pink ballet shoes. Did she dance?
She was a dancer, but it wasn't ballet. It was,
Okay.
but she was a dancer, so dancing shoes.
So that'll do. Yeah. My dancing shoes would look like ballet shoes, but I'm not a ballerina. Certainly not. Okay, so she's just so excited, and to take your mind back to when you were correcting her when she was being naughty and things like that, takes your mind back to that, takes you back to the fun time. Regret nothing, she said, regret nothing, and live for the day, just live for the day, but look in that mirror and know that she's there looking back at you.
Thank you.
Bernadette, what is your daughter's name, please?
Pastel. I'll type it.
Beautiful.
Very flower-like, yeah, but you're
Yeah.
very delicate and
Thank you
so pleased.
thank you so much.
I'm so
That
pleased.
was wonderful. And
You're
please,
very,
anybody
very
that
welcome.
has gotten a reading today, send the validation story and a picture of your child to Elizabeth so she could put it in the newsletter, Elizabeth at helpingparentsheal.org. And I know Kathy has put that in the chat. Do we have time for one more, Pauline, or?
I've got none in my book, but I'm just going to look at the audience now and just see
Sure.
where I want to
Cool.
go with it. Okay, all right. Okay. I've got a girl coming in here again now, and she's sitting at a table, and I do feel that she was as bright as a button. She took a wrong turn in her life, and she's got her head in her hands, and she paid for this mistake with her life. I do feel she got in with the wrong people. I do feel that she was taking something. I do feel her mum tried to pull her back a number of times, but it got to such a point with her, her heart was so broken because I feel that she was hurt, whether this was a relationship that went wrong that made her take that wrong road. But I feel this happened all quite quickly. It was quite a fast development that happened here. Does anybody understand her?
So do you feel it was substance, Pauline? Is that the feeling you're getting?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Petra said it sounds like her. Emily.
Tracy Hamilton is also saying it
Okay.
sounds like her daughter.
Okay. So is Amanda.
But I feel it was almost like a massive change in her life that made her go down this different route. A very bright, clever girl, huge prospects in life.
Okay. We're getting so many people. Kathy,
Yeah.
are you following this?
I am following
The
this.
chat's really moving quickly.
Right, okay, let me just grab something really quickly from her. Is there an A name around the girl in her family, an A name?
Okay.
Looks like Angela, actually.
Hmm. Tracy's saying her daughter's Amy.
Okay. All right. I need that A name to fit in there somewhere, but I need her. Such a pretty girl, such a clever girl. I feel she was popular. I feel this was a romance that went wrong.
So we have Tracy saying that her daughter's name was Amy, and she passed suddenly. And there's Aminda. I hope I'm pronouncing your name
Oh,
right.
that's right. I'm sorry. I
It
said
says my
Amanda.
daughter wasn't
Amanda.
getting along with her boyfriend. So those are two A names.
Right. I just know it was a relationship that pushed her this way. So if I could talk to the lady that would fit comfortably with.
Let's see. It seems like Tracy. Shall I unmute Tracy?
Sure.
Yep.
Tracy, if you could unmute.
She's here. She's right there.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Tracy. Does that make sense to you, what you said?
Yeah, we didn't really know her current boyfriend though, but I think they had I don't think it was his fault, but I think they had a fight. I think he was actually trying to help her because she had gotten in with the wrong crowd and she wasn't listening to him.
Okay.
So,
all right.
And ultimately she passed away from DKA, which is diabetes, but it was probably her lifestyle that led her to go into that. And she was alone.
Okay.
Like,
right.
My
She
husband
was alone.
found.
Yeah.
My husband found her.
Okay. All right. It almost feels like she was shutting doors on. I don't know if this was family as well, because she couldn't face. I don't know whether you tried to talk to her or tried to make her see sense.
Yeah, well, we tried to help her as far as substance abuse or alcohol. We tried to help her, but and I think she was trying very hard herself as well. We did find evidence of that afterwards, but ultimately she was stubborn. She was loved by everybody, but she was stubborn and did things her own way.
Yeah, this I never thought that in my heart that she felt that this was something she was going to do and end her life like that. It was just one too many, one too many, and her body couldn't.
I don't think it was intentional. It's just that having the other condition she had, obviously with diabetes, and she also had epilepsy for that matter. So she was sort of dealt a bad hand to begin with, and then she wasn't taking that great care of herself.
Okay. Did she actually start to write a letter to anybody? Because I can just see paper and pencil and writing.
I don't know that. I don't know. She may, as far as paper and pencil, we didn't find anything like that when we went to her apartment. I didn't see any letters like that.
But I do feel that she's been fighting to come through and talk to you for a little while. So I don't know if she's come through with anybody else, but she never managed to get through, and she's
never come through to me, though I've never talked to anybody about her. I think her cousin spoke to somebody and was given some signs. I mean, I think I've seen signs, but I'm not always sure if it's actual signs or.
because she's got her hands up. She's saying, at last, at last. She's drawing me to earrings as well. So did she wear earrings? Have you found some earrings? Something to do with the earrings?
I don't know. Earrings. No, she liked rings. She wore rings, but as far as earrings go, I can't really like I have a lot of her earrings, but earrings weren't a big thing
Right.
that she wore, but I've got a lot.
Okay, so you've got her earrings.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got her earrings. Have you just found an earring anywhere? Just, that's strange. Look, there's an earring there.
Well, we did find, when I was going through her stuff, there was an earring missing, and then I found it. It was like with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
That's when we were cleaning out her apartment.
Yeah.
She passed away
Okay, that's
just 6 months ago. So it was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So
6 months ago. So when they do that, when they sort of bring their stuff and put it on the floor, and that's what I feel she was trying to do, to draw your attention that she is there, that she can do this, she can make you aware of her. Have you actually dreamt of her yet?
I haven't dreamt of her. One of her friends had a really nice dream with her in it. I haven't had a dream with her. I'm trying everything to connect, but it's just,
Yeah.
I never thought I would be in this situation, and it's all so new.
They can work with astral projection, where you dream of them, but they're actually there with you. That's the most amazing, and I hope that's what her friend experienced.
Yeah, I think her friend saw her actually, she was actually, her friend was looking in a mirror in the dream, and Amy was standing beside her.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But what she wants to say to you, don't blame yourself, because I do feel that you feel that you could have done this, you could have done that.
Yeah.
You couldn't, because you did everything within your power to try and help her.
Yeah, well,
Hold on to that.
It's hard because
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
I was
and I work with grief a lot.
Yeah.
But try and understand that she's here, that because she's got her hands up. Yes. That's all she wanted, just to know that you knew she was okay.
Okay.
So I hope that's taken just a tiny bit of that pain away for you.
Yes. Thank you very much,
Bless
Pauline.
Oh, beautiful. I'm
Bless
so
you.
happy for you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pauline. Oh my goodness. What a great afternoon. What a great hour this has been. Thank you. Just love
You're
you.
very welcome. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
We always ask everyone to unmute and say thank you. And again, please, if you got a reading, send it to Elizabeth so we can include your child in the newsletter. Pauline will be back in September. Love you, Pauline.
Thank you, Pauline.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Pauline.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.